Hey everyone, I'm Dan from JazzComposersPresent.com, an online space where composers, musicians, and listeners come together to celebrate the music we love. I'm joined today by Rich DeRosa, drummer, arranger, Grammy-nominated composer, and director of jazz composition and arranging at the University of North Texas. Rich is here to show us how to dramatize melody through harmony.
Thank you, Dan. It's always a pleasure to be here, and look forward to sharing some hopefully will be some useful advice for all of you composers and arrangers out there. And these are things that I've found have been helpful for me in my own process. You know, particularly in arranging, we're given a melody, and many times it's a popular melody that if you were to change it to accommodate harmony, the vast majority of the audience would say, well, that's not the tune I recognize. So I really respect the melodies that I'm given. And to me, the art is in not changing a melody to accommodate your harmony, so to speak. I think of the melody really as like an actor. It's the person, and the actor gets into costumes, or the actor can use facial expression to dramatize the role that the actor is performing in, but the person remains the same. So I think that's maybe a helpful way to think about melody, not changing it. And that, of course, leaves us with, as arrangers, where do we fit into this process, right? The melody is not ours. We're expected to, in some cases, stylize a particular melody, or we do it not based on any commission. We're doing it because we like this melody and we want to show what is our point of view or a sense of imagination with a tune that very often could be quite familiar. And we can certainly do that with rhythm and tempo and things like that, meter, moving something from 4/4 to 3/4. But abundantly, I would think it's really harmony. And to me, you know, when we enter that realm of harmony and thinking in, let's say, absolute music terms, there are many choices, right? We can harmonize something. Sometimes we can find 5 or 6 different ways to choose a harmony that could work with a melody. But to me, there still is somewhat random. Which chord of the 6 maybe would we choose? So I find if we can deepen that process by thinking about the emotional aspects of music, and that there is an inherent correlation between a chord quality, the extensions that might be on that chord, the inversion of a chord, all of these things can dramatize a melody and a perspective. This is particularly important if you're doing a vocal arrangement where the lyric is present and everybody in the room is following a story within the lyric, that our harmony should underscore what that lyric is, very much like how film music underscores the scene in a film or a play. Created this lead sheet for you to look at. What I've done here is create a very simple melody, and it's important to keep the context the same. So the melody's in the same register. I gave it to clarinet. It's in a ballad tempo. I didn't want rhythm to influence or groove to influence emotion. I'm using strings to illustrate the harmony, and all the strings are in the same register, essentially, because register, moving things up into a higher octave, can dramatize as well. All of these things are important to recognize, but just within the aspect of harmony, I hope you realize within this very limited exercise that the impact that our harmonic choices can have. So in the first line, what I've done, I put these chords in parentheses to say, take your melody and put it in its naked sense, just in the air. What tonality does it tell you? What are the primary chords? So in this melody, we were in C major, the tonic chord, and it moves into a region of A flat, which of course is going to be a little darker because it's in parallel minor. It's 6 of C minor. And so even though it's a major chord, it will get a little darker. And of course, the melody being dormant in bar 4, we can say, well, geez, you know, we can use harmony as a way to create momentum, right? It's very much like counterpoint, especially since we don't have a rhythm section or a groove to distract us. Okay, so now moving down here, you'll see ultimately with the recording, I preserved those implied chords: C major, traditional, sweet, gentle, sense of mild discontent as it moves into parallel minor of C, and then returning to a sweet, satisfied sound. And then I'm throwing in, I could have thrown in any chord, right, to create harmonic motion. I chose B flat major, and it will preserve a sense of calm, but it's somewhat more reflective. And then in the next line, the C triad with the F bass. To me, this creates a sense of surprise because we expect to hear tonic, but the F destabilizes that. And in a nice way, too. It's a pleasant surprise. The inversion of the A flat 2 over C makes it somewhat less secure. And then when I cadence on the C major 7 over G, it's solid as a tonic chord, but it's not grounded because the fifth is in the bass. And then you'll hear the music become noticeably sad as we get into the D half diminished chord. And this continues on as we listen. I'm not going to go through them all. You can just let the music inform you and just read along to these different qualities that I have put in. But this is how I feel music, and it helps me to, when I'm confronted with a multitude of choices, helps me cut through. And what I'm interested in is making the sincerest statement I can and conveying that. And I use absolute music or the mathematical possibilities of music to help clarify the process or why maybe the music feels a certain way. So I hope some of these thought processes help you in your process of creating. And let's take a listen to the music. Well, I hope you found that recording enlightening. And, it's a very useful exercise. Just remember to write a simple melody and take the first impression of that melody, harmonize that, and then work your way out. And I think you'll be pleased with what you come up with.
Thanks for watching today's mini lesson. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Drop any questions, comments, or suggestions for future videos in the comment section down below. To watch our full-length events and participate in live Q&As with our presenting artists, head over to jazzcomposerspresent.com. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.